Hello students, today we will study second poem, that is Fire and Ice. This poem is also written by Robert Frost, and this poem brings distinction between two things capable of destroying the world. This poem ponders over a simple question about how the world will end. The poet says that the fire of lust and endless desires and ice of hatred among human beings will put this world to an end one day. So, now first let's read this poem. Some say the world will end in fire, some say in ice. From what I have tasted of desire, I hold with those who favor fire. Now, what is given in the lines that this existing world will come to an end one day. People are divided on these issues. Some people say that the world will end in fire. The world will end in fire. That means the fire of passions and desires will lead to the end of this world. Some people think that this world will end in ice. Some people say fire represents passions and desires, and some people say that will end in ice. Ice here refers to hatred. However, the poet has experienced passions of love and desire. Now, the third line, if you can see, I have tasted of desire. He has experienced those passions of love and desire, and he supports those. I hold with those. I hold with those means he supports those who believe that fire of passions and desire will lead to the destruction of this existing world. Now see the next lines. But if it had to perish twice, I think I know enough of hate to say that for destruction, ice is also great and would suffice. Now, he says that fire can bring the destruction of the existing world. But if this existing world has to be destroyed not once but twice, perishes, destroy, die, twice, two times, then ice is strong enough to do this job. Then I can destroy this world. Ice refers to hatred. The poet has seen and experienced enough of hatred in this world. Cold reasoning that produce only hate. And this cold reasoning is like ice. So to say that for destruction ice is also great and would suffice, that means that ice is sufficient enough to cause the destruction of this world. Ice is sufficient. So now I hope you understand that fire and ice. Fire represents lust of desires, passions, and ice represents hate and cold reasoning. And he says that these both can destroy this world. Now, if we talk about the theme of this poem, what is given there, that theme means main idea of the poem. Through this poem, the poet brings out the idea that there are violent desires in the world which are destructive. But more destructive than those violent desires is the hatred among humans and nations. We know that people are having passion or endless desire, lust are there, but more destructive power is in hatred. So the poet thinks that one day this hatred will destroy the world. So this is the main idea or theme of the poem, and title is also quite clear. It's quite appropriate. It says that the world will end in either fire or ice. The title raises the possibility that fire and ice can coexist at the same time, maybe even in the same person. So, message is also there, that what is the message given? Gives a clear message to the readers that increasing obsession and hatred among people and nations will surely cause the world to come to an end. If we talk about the rhyme scheme of the poem, now I hope you understand, in class 9th also you have done all these. So now rhyme scheme, we have to check the last word of each line and we have to match sound words, we have to match. Now the fire, ice, they don't match, so we put A and B. Then desire and fire, desire with relating with fire, fire is also again same fire, so it's again A and A. And check the next lines also. Twice is matching with ice, so ice is B, so twice also becomes B. And hate is different, not given in the last line, so it is C. Then ice is again B, and great is again hate, great, it is C. And suffice, it is again B, twice suffice, so it is B. So the rhyme scheme will be A B A A. If one extract is there, it can be A B A A, and then we are given B C B C B. And if we separate it, if we put it as take it as a different extract, so we can check it again. Twice ice, A and A. Hate, great, B and B. And suffice, ice. So it is A B A B A. So this is the rhyme scheme of the second stanza. Now if we talk about the poetical devices, prominently metaphor is used in these words fire and ice, because they are these both representing desires, passions, and ice representing hate. So the metaphor is used in these two words. And if we see this line, from what I have tasted of desire, I hold with those who favor fire. Now, by comparing fire to desire, fire is compared with desire, we get the sense that desire is a sin. So this is also again metaphor. And next we can see the sixth line, I think I know enough of hate. Seventh is to say that the destruction, for destruction ice is also great. So in these lines 6 to 8, if we see that here the fire is compared to desire and ice is compared to hate to emphasize the destruction. So again it is metaphor used in these lines. So alliteration, it is very clear in the first line. Some say, so some say, it is alliteration. Favor fire, fourth line you can see, it is also alliteration. And symbolism, yes, now there are two symbols used, fire and ice. Okay, in the first two lines we don't yet know that they are symbols, either fire and ice, we just consider them two different things. But when the speaker associates fire with desire and ice with hate, we know that the fire and ice are symbols for human behaviors and emotions. So all this is about this poem. Theme, title, message, all have been discussed. Next, it is about the extracts and questions I will send through WhatsApp. So with that, thank you.